For some of you, this is going to be the best Minecraft video I've ever made. Look in the top right-hand corner of the screen. There's nothing there. Now go back to any of the videos that I've made over the past 3 years, and you will notice that there's a tiny amber dot. This dot pops up in the top corner of the screen whenever a program has access to my microphone, which of course Minecraft with the voice chat and also OBS has access to my microphone, so it was always there. But after doing some serious command line stuff and booting my computer in recovery mode, I've managed to get rid of it, which is going to significantly affect my engagement because at least 300 comments per episode were just about the dot. This could be the death of my channel. It's time to gather some resources. I've completely run out of iron and I don't really have that many diamonds to my name either, which is a problem as we're starting to build a shopping district. Scar has done the most incredible job on these trees. Okay, that is incredibly good. 16 diamonds per stack of shulker shells. I am going for that. I also need a little bit of feather falling now that I'm flying around with an Elytra. Oh no, there's no Unbreaking 3. That's kind of exactly what I need. Am I going crazy? Or are these beacons being sold for 9 diamonds? That feels like a deal that's not going to last for very long. I definitely am going to get those. This is why I need to do serious resource gathering. I'm such an impulse buyer. Actually, impulse is out of stock with the things I need. That was a terrible joke, and I'll totally understand if you unsubscribe now. Feather falling 4 on my boots, swift sneak on my leggings, which is very nice. 30% less thumb pain. Now I have this spare book with me that I'm going to relentlessly enchant and unenchant until I get Unbreaking 3. Oh, we got Unbreaking 2. Yes, yes, yes. How on earth did this guy get out of here? And what is he doing? Nice, nice. Nice. It's time to lock in for a few hours and do some caving. Now, as you can see, I've put a little timer in the top left-hand corner of the screen just to show how long I've been going. In the end, I went for about 2 hours, and I have to say I'm pretty happy with how much I managed to get, especially considering I still don't know the best way to mine post Caves and Cliffs, which, now that I think about it, Caves and Cliffs is not really that new of an update. You know, it used to be I had this excuse. It's like, I've been playing Minecraft for years and Caves and Cliffs is new. Caves and Cliffs has probably been out for like 3 or 4 years now. There's a decent number of Minecraft players who have never experienced Minecraft before Caves and Cliffs, which is terrifying. Regardless of that existential crisis, I do think the best way to go is just to go into the caves and gather up all of the exposed ores, and the best type of cave you can find is underwater caves. They're not that common. They don't go down that deep generally, but if you find one, it's so easy because there's not many hostile mobs and you can just float around the cave as if you're in creative mode, picking up all of the resources in the walls. So in just 2 hours of mining, I managed to get all of this, which is not that bad. I desperately need to move into my new base. I desperately need to finish up the workshop and connect it to my starter base. I desperately need to do all of the terraforming out the front here, and I desperately need to expand out my wheat field so it covers this area. But before I do any of those things, I've got some industrial farms to build. It's time to build a tiny industrial district. If previous seasons are anything to go by, I'm going to spend the majority of my diamonds in shops like this, where I am spending 1 single diamond every single time I need a stack of rockets, and I would say I go through a stack of rockets every 10 minutes. Especially with the fact that I refuse to use mods like FreeCam. I like the fact that I have to do things manually. Everyone has different definitions of what feels like vanilla Minecraft and what doesn't, and for me, being able to remove the camera from my brain and move it elsewhere, that feels odd to me. I like being able to experience my builds on foot through my own beady eyes, but that does mean I use an absolutely ridiculous quantity of rockets, so I'm going to get ahead of that in this season by building a creeper farm and a sugarcane farm. First things first, I need to spend a few hours looking up what creeper farm technology looks like in the year 2025. Apparently they make use of snow golems, so now I'm going to try my best to design a new farm. So I've got this little trapdoor set up right here, which means that our creepers will think they're full blocks, and when they get hit by a snowball, they will drop through the gap. So that's working well. I've also got the distance from the snow golem right, because if this creeper can get within 3 blocks of the snow golem, then it will explode, which obviously isn't ideal for the longevity of our farm. Now, I am thinking if we have this much space to play with, we might as well increase the number of snow golems and maybe have 4 of them. Like that seems smart. They can each go in corners, and actually, should we block them off from one another so then they don't kind of try and shoot across one another? That also seems wise. I am slightly concerned that that creeper wound up to explode though. So to be super safe, do we do something like this? Now, no matter what happens, our creeper shouldn't try to explode. Now to find the max distance. I do of course have to take into account that there will be a trapdoor roof on this thing, but still, it's pretty far. So now I have to start thinking about efficiency. Obviously, I could build one big layer, but then the slowness of the farm is in the accuracy of the golems. So if they've got a long way to shoot, they're going to be more inaccurate. And also the speed of the creeper walking. It's probably beneficial that we have more layers, less walking. Now, I'm sure by this point, I already have hundreds of comments asking why I'm not just building a design that already exists. And the answer is because this is much more fun. I've never really stopped and thought about how or why creeper farms work before, and now I'm trying to think about that. And the reason that I didn't mention this sooner is because I have to make up for the loss of engagement from the lack of the dot. Hopefully all the people commenting right now that I should be using cats instead will also give me an extra boost. The reason that I'm not using cats is because I really dislike transporting mobs in Minecraft. To be incredibly clear, all of these jokes about engagement are jokes. I really don't think about that sort of thing. But what I am currently thinking about is that this doesn't seem like the fastest way to get creepers off of the platform. I'm almost considering going to a flashing system. I don't know. I'll give it a go. I'll give it a test. I'll see how well it functions. In case you're wondering what I'm doing currently, these are to stop spiders from spawning in the farm. So that means with the trapdoors on the roof, only creepers are able to spawn due to their slightly shorter, unusual hitbox, which doesn't quite conflict with them. Now we clone it up a little bit. I would say 3 layers is probably how big I wanted to build it on the Hermitcraft server. And now we give it the first proper test. And things are pretty promising. I'm here on my camera account. My dude is all the way up at the top there, and you can see we have a lot of creepers spawning in this thing, and for the most part, they are making their way into the middle and falling down. One big issue that I have created, though, is where I'm using wither roses. I thought I could kill off the creepers quickly, and it is working well, but they are within viewing range of the middle bottom snow golems, which means they are distracted, and that means this bottom layer is filling up. But to be fair, despite the inefficiency, I've just walked around and picked up all the gunpowder. Within about 2 minutes, we got over 2 stacks. That is not bad. So I've dropped the wither roses ever so slightly. Now the central snow golems aren't trying to shoot at the creepers that are dying. I've also increased the tick rate in case you hadn't noticed. And this farm is doing a great job at keeping the layers clear. You can see we're getting a decent amount of spawning, but the creepers all get removed from the layers. And as you just saw there are times when the farm is completely empty, which means that we are running at a comfortable capacity. Our item pickup system is also doing a really good job, and you can see that the number of items gradually tapers down to the last chest, so this pair of hopper minecarts are not overflowing. Now I just ran the tick sprint command for 1 full Minecraft day after emptying all the chests, and this is how much I managed to get. Just over 10 stacks in 20 minutes. 30 stacks of gunpowder per hour from a farm of this size, requiring very little resources, is something that I'm pretty happy with. I'm fairly certain there's more efficient designs out there, and I'm 100% certain that it would have been more efficient for me to go out and find them instead of spending a few hours designing this thing. But now I know a tiny bit more about creeper farms, I know a little bit more about how creepers spawn, and I know much more about how snow golems interact with creepers, and that's exciting to me. So now it's time to start gathering resources so we can build this thing on the Hermitcraft server. Now aesthetics are definitely not going to be the #1 priority of this build, but when I flicked through my chest to see if I had the resources required to construct this thing and saw mainly stone, netherrack, dirt, and wooden planks, I concluded that even though they're not the #1 priority, they should at least be somewhere on the list. And building it out of those sorts of resources would just be an insult to every single person on the server. So I headed down into the deep slate, gathered a bunch of that stuff. That's going to be the base of the block palette, I suppose. And then I've been humming and hawing about it, and I concluded that yes, I did want to use tinted glass for the walls. Obviously, that does mean that I need to gather up some amethyst shards, which are mildly annoying to collect. Finally, of course, the defining feature of any creeper farm is the ridiculous number of trapdoors that you need. I think there's about 1,000 in this structure alone. So that involved collecting a whole bunch of wood, but now I finally have everything. And just before I was about to go to bed, Wells Knight popped over and we were having a pleasant conversation until something happened.
What you up to?
I have started this season with the stuff that is pointless. Like I've been spending the past month just building geese and windmills and rebuilding geese and rebuilding windmills, and I have nothing useful.
I mean, Pointless, yes, but also really cool.
It is cool. It is cool. But
It is pretty cool.
I'm so like, I have nothing to my name. I have no stuff. I have no ability to get stuff. Like, I just dwindled through all my resources. I spent all my iron on chains, and like it's been.
Is there anything in particular that you need?
By the end of tomorrow, I should have myself like a little sugarcane farm. I'm gonna get myself set up with the ability to get some gunpowder as well.
You can buy rockets. They are for sale.
I have been buying them, but every single season, I would say I spend hundreds of stacks.
That's fair, I suppose.
I know that you own the rocket shop, and that's why
I might.
That's why
I may own the rocket shop.
That's why I was kind of skirting around the farm that I was planning on building. What are you up to anyway?
Not much. I just finished doing some more work on my my castle, and now I'm kind of like, I need a little break from building, so I'm gonna go bother people.
You're doing like a feudal Japanese style, right? If I'm not mistaken.
A little outside my comfort zone, but not too far out my comfort zone, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really smart idea to go for like still a castle, but like a different style, like a very different style of castle. So it's hard when you're building something completely new as well, and you're like, oh my goodness, what on earth?
Did they get you?
On earth?
You escaped.
How? I went up so high. Wells, were you in on this?
No, but I may have seen it coming.
I was gonna say, I saw you look up, and I was like, "What's he looking at?" Like, what? How? Why did I go up so high? What did you just do?
I got this idea from you, Mumbo, actually.
I did wonder. I did wonder if there was like a whole bunch of leads involved.
You know, the chicken drop.
Yeah.
I got thinking, like, what if you used some other mobs and then you did the potions?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So you wind charge, you ooze them.
Yeah.
And when you drop it on someone, it kills the rabbits. They do a wind charge burst. A bunch of slimes get made and everything gets shot out.
I literally wandered over here, Mumbo, and the ghast wasn't in position. Etho was not there. I think he'd messed it up somehow, so I just got on it silently and just... Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was practicing like a speedy drop and I messed it up.
Well, I just like the fact that I saw you drop in, and I just thought you had like seen us having a conversation where like, I don't really know how to join into this one, and then flew off. And I was like, oh, fair enough. Like that's cool. It's always nice to see you. And then this happens.
So what's the speedy drop?
Wait, what? So that wasn't the speedy drop? That was a mess up.
Well, I got here fast.
Yeah,
but I was supposed to turn around and shear it, and I missed the shear, and I fell, and then I got confused, and I thought your ghast was my ghast. It was a whole thing.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, if you have Elytra wings and nobody's riding it,
give me a lead. Let me see.
Yeah, I kind of need to
pull the ghast, and that's how you can move these guys around quickly.
Oh wait, so you can fly and just yank? Wait,
you cannot rocket. That's the only rule. No rockets allowed.
Okay.
You can go up high and then pull. No rockets. No rockets.
Green is very much not understanding the one rule.
No rockets, Green. That's the only rule.
I don't understand.
You have to go up high first. I go up high first.
Fly him up high and then pull him.
Oh, okay. Now he's getting it. Cool, that spear looks mighty impressive. They are so much more ridiculous looking than I actually thought. Wait, you've all got spears? Wells, do you have a spear?
Man.
You gotta get a spear.
No, I have a sword.
Okay.
Do you want to see it close up?
I kind of have... Wait, no. No, Gran!
Oh, no, find your death wish.
Oh no, I've got so much stuff on me. I don't want to see it close up one bit.
Whoa, that's a whiff.
Goodness me. This is quite threatening. Wait. Oh my goodness. These things don't mess around. That was probably the strangest combination of game mechanics I've ever seen in my entire life. I also can't help but notice that having looked through all of my resources and through my ender chest and through my inventory, I seem to be missing my silk touch pickaxe. But it was worth... Why is my head so big? I don't remember doing that. I don't remember doing that. Look at all of these beautiful items. This should be everything that we need. I just need another mending book and also, the last efficiency 5. My goodness. Just so you know, Impulse, I have donated this anvil. I want that to be taken into account for future discounts. And there we go. This will have to do for now. Let's build ourselves a gold farm. It's a creeper farm. I said that so confidently, I'm leaving that in. Oh, just when I was starting to panic that I hadn't brought enough rockets to try and find an ocean, I think I have located one. And there's a Nautilus shell. I don't really know how to use these. I'm imagining I should have a saddle at this point in time. I have consulted the Hermitcraft face map, which shows where people are planning on building things, and nobody has earmarked this location because... well, why would they? I mean, look at it. The nearest person is Skiz, who is constructing things somewhere off in this direction, but if Skiz gets upset, I know for a fact that I could take him in a fight. So if my creeper farm placement bothers him, it's still not a problem. However, if I keep flying past Skiz, then I start running into Tango's area. Oh my goodness, what on earth is he doing? Yeah, I mean, I also agree that Minecraft landscapes are boring and they should just be stone. I also agree that there just simply aren't enough wardens out in the wild. Tango could definitely beat me in a fight, but I would say I'm comfortably far enough away. The platform has been started, and it looks a little bit like the underside of Gem's Bridge. The build has officially started, and as you can see, I'm building it as low as possible to maximize efficiency. I'm fairly certain it's still a thing that the lower the farm is, the higher the likelihood that mobs will spawn on the layers, is why it's faster to build a mob farm in like a giant cleared out perimeter than it is to build it up at the sky limit. There is a chance that is horrifically outdated information. Remember, I'm someone that still thinks of observers as being new. I want it known that I'm aware this is an egregious use of redstone blocks, but I didn't bring any cobblestone with me, and I don't want to fly all the way back to pick up 6 pieces. Oh, I suppose I could mine it. No, I mean, I'm doing this for style points now. On the topic of style points, did you just see what I just did with my hotbar? Did you see that scrolling action? That was... I can't recreate that at all. I'm at a complete loss for words. I'm also at a loss for wither roses. I forgot about those. Oh, no way. No way are wither roses some of the first things that are being sold in the shopping district. That is outrageously lucky. What's not so lucky is the fact that I was born with a smooth brain. I can't do maths. Hello, Donka. I have returned once again. Another stack of wither roses for me. Not gonna lie, team. I think I might have lost my valuable item shulker box. I have no diamonds left. I fear I may have broken the shulker box, had a full inventory, or just managed to not pick it up. And all my stacks of diamonds are gone. My brain has surpassed smoothness. I am now at pool ball levels. A single atom would be unencumbered traversing the landscape of my cerebrum. I mean, please. Please. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I've got folds. Oh, yes. Now that I think about it, that was a bit of a weird thing to shout, wasn't it? The bottom killing chamber is now all completed. I think instead of building this on like a layer by layer basis, I'm almost going to build it in a block by block basis. I realized as I started the sentence that it is almost going to be layer by layer. I'm effectively going to fill out the actual structure itself with all of the deep slate blocks. Then I think I'm going to place in all of the trapdoors, and then I'm going to place in all of the snow golems, then the tinted glass, and that should activate the farm. Basically, what I'm trying to avoid here is a situation where creepers start spawning in the farm before I've finished building the farm, as that feels like a quick way to unbuild the farm. This is our first little spawning layer, and it looks incredibly ominous, just sitting out there in the ocean. In case you're wondering, ominous means extra ominous. I'm fairly certain the last time I built a snow golem, there was no such thing as an unsheared pumpkin. Right, okay, that has gone successfully. Nice. And the reason that I'm doing the snow golems now is because I could not get the next platform in whilst building the snow golems. Now, one thing that I do remember is that rain damages them, so I need to make sure they're all covered up. Then, of course, the buttons to prevent any spawning on this platform, because that would be a disaster. And now I can start building up the next platform. And I will be the first to admit that the jungle and deep slate color combo is not winning any awards. But I do hope that once we get the tinted glass on, you won't be able to notice it too much. The second layer is all done, and I've definitely miscalculated how much deep slate I needed, but that's fine as this farm isn't massively big. Other than that small detail, things are going incredibly smoothly. I just realized I came down here with a silk touch pickaxe. All of the layers on our tiny creeper farm are now done. All of the golems are in, the fence posts, and all of the buttons. It now has a roof, which means this little acorn is now looking more like a proper build, and I now have the fun job of placing in all of the carpets to stop the spiders from spawning and all of the trapdoors to make sure that nothing other than creepers spawns. Don't ask me why, but I'm finding this to be an oddly satisfying part of the job. I'm also feeling slightly smug about the order in which I built this, because with this setup, I'm able to place the trapdoors on the underside of the next platform, whereas if I didn't have a next platform, I'd have to be shift-clicking and placing it on the edges of all the trapdoors, which will be way slower. Another indication that my brain may actually have some wrinkles after all. The second layer is now fully trapdoored up, and the third and final layer is now all covered in trapdoors. So this thing is, in theory, now a creeper farm. It's absolutely adorable. I don't think I've done the maths right on the amethyst shards. This layer is now plunged into darkness, as it is the second one, and now it's just the final layer to go, and that just about does it. We have got ourselves a fully functional creeper farm. And you know what? I actually think it looks really cool. Like, I think it looks pretty sweet down here. It's like a little disc, and it's got creepers in it. Oh my goodness, that's good. Are they being attacked? They are being attacked. There are creepers currently dying. That feels good. One thing that I don't have yet is anything to collect the items, but they should now be going around, and gunpowder should be making its way into this chest here already. Yes. There we go. This is all just from flying up into the air. I just flew up into the air to check it out, and already it started spawning creepers immediately. So now I'm going to go up to around about Y180, set myself up with a tiny platform up at the top here, and AFK for a few hours to see how many items we get. It is now 6 hours later, and I'm extremely curious. There is currently no evidence of any creeper explosions, which is absolutely fantastic. All of the snow golems are still there, and there are creepers in the farm, which is all excellent news. They sound like they're dying too. Now here comes the important part. Okay. What? Come on, come off it. You have to be joking me. There's no way. For a farm this small, what on earth? There is no way. This. It's tiny. I mean, I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. Like, and don't get me wrong, it took a while to get all the trapdoors and everything like that. Like, this is definitely like a full day's work to build it. But this is like a lifetime. This is probably the season's worth of firework rockets. I'm so shocked by this. Genuinely, when I was building it, I was like, maybe I should build a bigger farm, you know, or maybe I should do some kind of crazy industrial thing. But like this one AFK session has sorted me for months. That's true efficiency, doing the minimum amount of work required to get the maximum that's it. This is the most efficient farm I've probably ever built. I've identified my need, and if anything, I've still over-delivered on it. I probably could have gotten away with just one layer. Chuffed is an understatement in this situation. The only problem is I now need to create a sugarcane farm which matches up with this demand, and that could be a little bit more challenging. However, looking through my resources, I actually think I have the lion's share required to build it immediately. The only thing that I'm going to need is a little bit of sand. Wait, before I fly away from this thing, I need to remember where it is. I should probably take a screenshot or something. I've lost it already. What? Where did it go? No. How do I bounce back and forth between being so smart and so stupid in such short spaces of time? It's honestly baffling. After a painful amount of searching, I did finally manage to find my creeper farm. To be clear, I am very aware that sugarcane grows just as fast on dirt as it does on sand. That is a long-standing Minecraft myth. There's no difference. However, I find sugarcane on dirt to be offensively ugly. And even in this area of the Minecraft world, where I really don't care about aesthetics, I care about aesthetics enough not to put myself through that. Wow, I absolutely love what Exhuma's done with this area. Oh, this is so nice. I'm so tempted to do something like this with my wheat field and break it up a little bit. Because this is gorgeous. Oh, the rooted dirt. Oh. That is so good. I really, really, really like the mix of wheat and grass. My goodness, yeah. That's got me thinking. It's also got me distracted. I spent far too long thinking about what I want to do. I need to build the sugarcane farm. This is the layout that I'm going to go for. You can see we've got the gap for the water here. Now, just so that I can center all of this on the creeper farm, I'm actually going to have 65 blocks of length. So I need to count out 32 from that central location. And oh my goodness, I love having Swift Sneak. I never actually bothered getting it in the previous season because it cost 32 diamonds at the bookshop and I wasn't balling like that. But you know what? Now that I've got it, I probably would have paid 34. I don't know why I decided to build this so low. Sugarcane rates are not affected by height in the world, and now this means that I can't use levers to power blocks to power powered rails, so I'm going to have to use redstone blocks. This is all the redstone that I currently have, but you know what? I don't actually need that much of it. I initially laid out all of the powered rails on these redstone block lines, but it turns out you really don't need that many powered rails for hopper minecarts. Look at this thing go. That's not a powered rail. That's not a powered rail. We only have one powered rail in the middle. And it just keeps moving. So I'm going to swap out those redstone blocks for deep slate just for some extra style points. And because I let the tufty spawn. So with that, I should now have all of the resources required to do the minecart rails underneath. These always look incredibly satisfying to me. They make me happy. I'm especially happy to see that I actually had the resources required and with some left behind as well. Now let's get all of the sand blocks going. Things are going incredibly well, but I am concerned it's about to get night and I chose this location because it doesn't spawn very many mobs. Now for all of the slabs that I'm going to waterlog. The reason that I'm using slabs is so that we can still run minecarts underneath and pick up items that fall into the water streams. I'm trying to remember what we used to do before waterlogging was a thing. I think it was some weird minecart loops, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I mean, I think where that rail is right now, you would just have a block, the water would be on there, and then you'd have another minecart rail running one block lower than the rest of them, which, now that I think about it, may actually be easier than individually waterlogging all of these blocks. That is the one benefit of being next to an ocean. Although I don't think I can reach it. Things are looking good, things are looking good. Oh, and I can just about reach the ocean, which makes this job significantly easier. I knew I did the right thing building it so low. Oh, I'm finding a rhythm now that, of course, stops as soon as I start talking about it. This is why I can't speedrun things. Trust me, I would have beaten Minecraft in 7 minutes if I wasn't recording. Maybe I already have. Maybe I beat Minecraft between those two clips, which would be entirely possible because I spent about 40 minutes faffing between them. You have no idea how much gets cut out of these episodes. Anyway, I've now got myself set up with a little flying machine, which looks absolutely adorable with its little trapdoors on the front. I've done this to hopefully reduce the number of sugarcane that get launched out of the farm. It might work, it might not. Either way, it looks kind of cool. So now let's give it a test. I totally forgot that no blocks are pullable by slime blocks. How did I forget that? I literally use them all the time in flying machines. You know what? I kind of like them, so there can be a note block on the other side as well. Now for the glass borders and the little hopper clock, which will be controlling when this thing is firing. And that should be everything that I need for this sugarcane farm to work. So I need to set myself up with a tiny little storage system. What have I just done? I just broke this block and the water is staying there. Is it actually broken? Is this an update issue? Oh my goodness, it actually is broken. I have the slab. I think I've just been saved. Now I just need a little redstone line which powers all of these minecart rails, then a little observer which detects when our slime block flying machine comes back, and that all seems to be working pretty Nicely, I cannot believe how much momentum hopper minecarts have. It's ridiculous. Now I just need to find someone's starter sugarcane farm to raid. Success. What a beautiful pair of little builds I've created here. The beginnings of an industrial district that should activate our farm. The flying machine is going, nothing is being harvested because nothing is grown, but it looks like everything is working. And there's even creepers spawning in the farm. Even though I'm not up at the top, this could not have been a bigger success. Oh, except I did forget some redstone dust, which means that it has now stopped working, but it should have now kicked back into gear. We are back in business. Oh, look at them go. Look at them go. And look at them go back. Nice. Okay, I'm going to stay up here for a while. I'm extremely curious how much sugarcane I managed to get in the time it takes for me to edit this video. This video was pretty simple, only took 5 hours to edit, but I did spend 2 of those hours dead to a phantom. And because I put all of my items in just a regular chest up here, I had to do this awful pillar all the way back up to the top to get my stuff. But the farm is running, and we have managed to get... Oh, I mean... That... is not terrible quantities, right? That is not bad. This one got broken. This minecart was destroyed by a trident, and I hadn't noticed. But regardless, at this point, with this quantity of items in such a short space of time, it's effectively meaningless, right? Like, that is more than enough rockets to last me months. One AFK session every couple of weeks will be more than enough for me. This has gone so incredibly well. I can now fly around. I don't have to ration my rockets anymore. I can do whatever I want. I could go to the moon if I wanted to. What a successful few projects. I really do hope that you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.